Today we're talking about different ways that you can protect your children from either accidentally or intentionally ingesting laundry detergent. So if these tips will be helpful for you, stick around. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here. My name is Angie, and I hope if you're new that you'll subscribe, hit that bell notification, stick around and join my YouTube family. I'd love to have you with us. Today I'm doing a mountain of laundry. We're doing a laundry chat today regarding the safety of laundry detergent. And I'm not going to call out any specific brand because honestly it doesn't matter what brand it is. If you have the pods in your house, they do provide a little bit of a challenge. Whether your kids are young and toddlers and that poses a danger, or whether they're teenagers who might be participating in certain challenges, that provides a challenge of its own. These are safety things that I think all of us are a little bit concerned about. I know as a grandparent with several grandkids of a variety of ages, teenagers, toddlers, and everything in between, it is something that I worry about, and it is something that I have in the back of my mind. So if you have teenagers who might be participating in these challenges, or teenagers who have participated in other challenges like this that you're worried about, or if you have young toddlers who like to climb and get into things and everything that they find goes immediately into your mouth, I think really the smartest thing and probably the easiest thing is just to switch to a different type of detergent. Not necessarily a different brand, but a different type. So maybe we choose liquid detergents, or maybe we choose powder detergents for the time being until this challenge fad goes away, or until toddlers are a little bit older and understand the dangers of putting these things in their mouths. Because let's face it, they really are pretty. They look like candy. They really do. So that's probably the easiest and the fastest way you could address the situation. If you're like me, you want to use what you want to use because it provides the best results. Like, we don't really want to change what we do with our laundry detergent because we're getting good results with the detergent that we're using. Whether it's a liquid, or like I've had older machines that just didn't work very well if I used anything other than a liquid. I've had machines that don't work as well with liquid as they do with powders. So I really think it's a matter of finding what works for your family, and we're not always open to changing that. So another thing you could do is find a container to put them in, the detergent pods. Find a container to put the detergent pods in that keeps them out of sight. There's a lot of validity to the out of sight, out of mind theory of things. You know, if I'm on a diet and I go to the pantry and there's nothing in the pantry but apples or, you know, healthy fruits or healthy snacks, that's what I'm going to eat. But if I go to the pantry and open it up and go, oh, I forgot I had cookies, I'm eating the cookies. I'm just telling you. And I think most people are like that. So I would find a container, maybe a pretty wicker basket or something, a jar that closes. That's, if it's not solid on the outside, cover it with paper. Cover it with, you know, contact paper or wrapping paper, or find a different container that has a lid that you can close to keep it more secure, but so that if they're walking by the laundry room, or if they go into the laundry room to get something, for example, that's where we keep the spare batteries. So our kids were always in and out of the laundry area because that's where the batteries were. If they're in there for something else, they're not immediately or continuously seeing those detergent pods out in front of their eyes. Now, I can't say that's going to provide you 100% protection, but I think it's going to help. I think, as I said, there's a lot of validity to that out of sight, out of mind philosophy. The other thing would be, there's a lot of ways to make your own detergent. There's a lot of recipes out there for that. I would say whatever detergent you're using and whatever type of detergent, whether it's liquid or powder or pods or whatever. I got dryer sheets floating all over. Keep them up out of reach. Make them a little bit harder to get to. It might make laundry a little bit more challenging on the days that you're doing it, but in general, kids are not going to go after something that is something they have to work really hard to get to. So if you put it up on the very top shelf, tucked behind something else, or something where they have to work to get to it, they're going to be less likely to gravitate toward it. That's my philosophy. I think there's probably, how do we get this many clothes? Seriously. But I think there's some truth to that too. I would also, if you're not specifically brand loyal, but you really like the pods, the convenience of the pods, look for pods that don't look like candy. Like, I'm sure there are some that are less colorful out there than others that might be more appealing. And I would not be opposed to having a very frank conversation with your children either. Maybe not toddlers, but you know, if you've got a teenager that you think might be at risk for one of these trends, you know, these kids are getting really sick. Some of these kids are getting really violently, excuse me, really violently ill. I would be doing some research and having some conversations with my children about just how dangerous this is and how it might seem like a harmless little thing, but it's actually something that's quite dangerous and could impact their health quite seriously. If you think about it, and it's something that would work well for your child, maybe have that conversation with a pediatrician present. Take them into the office, have the pediatrician or your family physician in that room with them in that conversation, so it isn't just coming from, oh, mom's being a worrywart, or mom thinks I'm goofy, or whatever the scenario is. Excuse me, it's really dry in here today. But have that conversation with them in the office and present so that they can answer medical questions and your child is reassured that it isn't just something that we as parents are worried about, but there's actual factual science behind the reason that this stuff is so dangerous. And there's only a limited amount that we can do as parents. We can't protect them all the time, but we can make sure that they have the right information. And we can ensure that we're making it as difficult as possible for them to do something that's unhealthy or unsafe for them. And I think keeping things up out of the way is a great way to do that. I think if you have kids who are prone to these challenges, say you have a teenager maybe that's done other challenges, excuse me, I'm so sorry. You have a teenager who's done other challenges, the cinnamon challenge or something along those lines, and you're concerned about this because this is something that's already been evident in your family, I would be taking those pods out of the house. I wouldn't even have them in the house. Even if I had to wash all of our clothes twice, that is something I would be willing to do in order to make sure that those pods were as inaccessible to my children as I could make them. Now, we can't control them 100%, like we don't know what they're going to do at their friend's house or something like that. But again, we can make it as difficult for them as possible to make bad decisions. Give them a fighting chance to make the best decisions possible and keep them healthy as much as we can. I hope you guys have enjoyed this laundry chat. Leave me some comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and share these videos. It helps my channel grow a great deal. Thanks for joining in, guys. We'll talk soon.